All right. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming today with a message. And this message is they think they have time. They think they have time. I believe that is the mindset of many, even individuals who don't have a hardcore belief in a creator. I think people really believe in this day because there's not time no longer. But I believe they think that they have time. A lot of this come from people who think they are in full control. They think they have ruled long enough to feel that they themselves are in full control and that the earth itself and the fullness thereof can't move or move left or right without them. So with that being said, they tend to believe that time is on their side. Woo, Father, y'all help me with this one, Father. People tend to think that they own the earth and the fullness thereof, and it moves when they move. And this is what is going on in this day and time. People really believe that they own time, and time need to get behind them because they are the front runners. This is how they conduct themselves in this day. Okay. So the topic is they think they have time because they think they own time. They think time is behind them and they are the front runner of time. And no, I can't say that it's a sad thing. It's a good thing because I did a message where y'all was talking about the strong delusion. Since they believe a lie, he said, I'm going to pour out a strong delusion so they can continue to believe the lie. And right now, the mindset truly believes that time is what they rule. People really believe that. They think that they rule any and everything. It's under their control. Like I said, they put time behind them and they're in the front. They figure, hey, I rule this. Time just gonna have to wait for me. Let's go into this. They think that time is a form of their power. They think there's power in time, but it's their power over time. Oh yeah. People really think that time is within their hands. Oh yes, you're going to understand it. When I break this down, you're going to fully understand it. They believe that time is a form of power that rests in their hand. They believe that time is behind them and they are the front runner. Time must reside behind them and they must control time. But like I said, we're in that day in which people think they have time in full control. I wonder, do they understand the level of time was to bring them in and to take them out? Well, what time you gonna leave out? Since you have time, you got time in the palm of your hand. It's behind you. You rule time. You see the mindset? This is exactly what I'm saying. They wouldn't be able to answer Sister Deborah's question because my first one will be, since you got time, what time are you going to get up out of off this earth? What time is the breath of life going to leave you, since you got time? You know the hour, the day, the time, the minute, the seconds, the period? You don't. But what I'm looking at is people really think the time is in their hand. They think they rule the time. So where we're at today is out of time. We're in that day. If we continue to see it as time, then that's where we're going to miss out. We're going to be left waiting to control time. And that day is going to be completed, meaning Yah would come that day. And see, with that day, it's been talking, they've been saying that day since Genesis all the way up into Revelation. So therefore, it leads us to understand that that day is a day that we in this generation should be looking forward to or looking at. Not so much as time in a way we think time is in our control and in our power. People really believe time is in their hand. People don't understand that tribulation time, perilous time, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famine, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, lawlessness and judgment, and the wrath and the fire of the Most High Yah. They look at that as just words, because they don't think those things can pull up unless they call it a time period in which they say it's time. You see, all of that comes with that day. Even when it says tribulation and perilous times, it's telling you in that day, these things are going to take place. But what we're looking for that time. And this is why people are not afraid or fearful of the unknown that's actually on the earth right now. They are not, because there's not a fear in their bones, because they believe that the Most High is not going to be able to do anything. We don't have perilous time. We don't have tribulation. We don't have nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famine, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, lawlessness, judgment, wrath, the fire. Those are only words. We control time. When we say it's going to happen, that's when it's going to be here. That's the power of what I'm saying. People taking time and they making it their power. They don't understand what time they're in that day. They have no idea. I heard in Revelation chapter 10 and verse 7, there will be no more time. No, chapter 6. Revelation chapter 10, verse 6. He said, no longer time. You know why? Because he wants us to understand there's an end to time. But when they wrote this book, they put a lot of things in there like perilous time. But you have to understand what they're telling you as the time. That means these things are going to happen. But when they begin to say in that day, that's the warning. That's the trumpet saying in that day. And then that's what you look forward to. And you focus on that. But what people do is they figure ain't nothing really going to happen. They have no idea that they do not own time. Let me give you an example. They think time wait for them to move. Only way time gonna pull up if I move it. Oh yeah. People really think time is so into their hands to where only what time might as well wait until they move into it. That's the only way they will receive time, in their full control, not understanding. And this is the way I know the Father set it up. I understand it, that to the fullness of why he set it up that way. because he also set it up to where he can pour out a strong delusion and also give them a reprobated mind that they will believe the lie than the truth. Because people think everything is in their power. Mhm. I ain't gonna say everybody. I can say everybody, but I'm not speaking everybody. I'm speaking it in a realm of the majority. Okay. So when I see what is going on from the wilderness, I see that people are taking time and it's waiting on their move. They're not moving based on that day that he warned us about or the prophecy. No, because they're waiting on their time to accept the prophecy or the what's going on or the perilous times and the tribulation, the pestilence and the famine and the earthquakes in diverse places. Those things people have locked in so well to only affect them because they think that it's on their time. People really embrace truth based on their time. When I'm ready to receive it, when I want to embrace it. This is the disrespect of even the prophecies. People wait for time for them to even get their house in order. People will stand around and as they have for years, and they're gonna go into next year, the rest of this year, and on and on and on because they believe time waits for them. They don't wait for time. That's how much power people think they have in their control, that they control the time. You don't know the hour, the minute, nor the second when he can swift that breath of life out of you. I don't know where people get off thinking it's their time to even for that to even happen to him. He can't do nothing without me in the time period that I think, because they're waiting for a sickness. They're waiting for some sort of sickness or something to take them to that direction of the end time for them. Okay. And they even waiting for to go to the Mount Zion. They waiting for everything based on their own time. So what I'm looking at from the wilderness, I see that time is waiting for them to get their house in order. Time is not waiting for them to get their house in order. Time didn't pass you by. So whether you get your house in order or not, time has passed you by. When Sister Deborah had been saying in the last 3 years, it's over, it's finished. Guess what? Time passed your tail by. You see, while you thinking that you hold the power of time in the palm of your hand, time has passed you by as if it had not even seen you, because it is in full control the way Yah has orchestrated it. Not so much as when you're ready. People really believe I get my house in order when it's time. Do y'all believe the world really believes that? All different denomination. It's our time. It's when we're ready. They have taken this time and they have mastered it as an order and a full control of what they do. So people are not thinking, okay, let me get right, let me do right, let me repent, let me do the things that is pleasing to Yah or seek Yah right now, right now. Oh, they ain't worried about that. They ain't looking even into that because they think time is in their control. That's what they thinking. Now, I don't know who I'm talking to tonight. I don't know who I'm talking to, but Yah is telling somebody something. And you know what? Many gonna lose their lives because this message is carrying a death warning, because people have taken everything and put it in the order of their flesh, the way it's want to orchestrate everything. People think they got time to get their house in order. The house that I speak of in order is not your flesh. it is your spirit. Once that spirit house is in order, the flesh fall in part, in line. People are saying, okay, I wait until next year, the first of the year, I get my house in order. I start to worry about doing this right. Or I start to focusing on planting and growing my own vegetables to get myself. They got it all wrong. Getting your house in order is to make sure you find yourself in the order of Yah, not your flesh order, but in the order of Yah. That's your house. That's why you know that people don't have no respect for that day that he spoke of, because that day is the trumpet. It is what has been blown to give us warning of where we at. And we say, no, things ain't nothing happening. Everything is good. They just saying that. All this, I had to think of this, and I had to just give y'all the glory on this. When I thought of it, I said, Father, woo, it couldn't have been done. When you see all these Facebook, Twitter, Patriot, Rumble, YouTube, TikTok, all these platforms, it's impossible for the prophecies to be fulfilled had not y'all opened up a time period where they can build up on these medias, these platforms, so that everything can be put out in front of you to know. See, you see, and you all would think that, okay, that's based on them and them having the power, the money, and this one on Twitter. No, baby. This is called how the right hand of Father rumbles without you even seeing it. Likewise, with time. Same way with time. We're waiting for time in the order in how we see time coming in and going out. And time didn't pass you up. We're waiting to get our house in order. A lot of people say, well, I'm going to do this in the first of the year or at the end of the year. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing it. And they always focus on their flesh. You see how people have lost the spiritual time and has formed the time of the flesh. And when they do that, they go up against the prophecies that were spoken in that day, because they thinking, hey, I'm holding it back. It's not time for tribulation and perilous time. It's not time for nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. This still is a form of people taking time and lining it up in the order in which they think they got the power to, instead of seeing the prophecy right before them. Now, I hold time. So another thing, it has been change this day. People thinking that time is going to bring a change in this day. Many, and when I say many, millions people, y'all, millions think that time is going to bring out or pull up with a change in this day. And I say the majority. They really thinking that time, in the way they see time, the way they understand time, the way they feel time, the way they control time, is waiting for them and what they see, what they believe. But what they're doing is they thinking that time that they think they control, that they think they control, is going to bring change in the days to come. They really do. And the thing about it, a lot of them, even people who vote for Trump and thinking that he's going to bring out a better time, or he's going to make things change in time to come. Even people who didn't even vote for him, they still think in this time that they have framed their mind to believe things are about to get better. Things are about to get better. Things are about to get better. And they say, and time has to bring about a change. This is another reason why people are not concerned about repent, knowing which side they on this day, in this day right here. They don't care about none of that because they figure they got time. Seriously, y'all, I got time to get it right. Because they think time is the power of what they have in their hand. They don't understand. No, you don't have time, baby. Time is not your power. Okay? Many people think it is. So they go on and they keep thinking that time is going to bring about a change. See how the mind is gone? They're looking at everything going on in the world. They can't see the tribulation, perilous time. They can't see nation against nation, famine and pestilence, and kingdom against kingdom, earthquake. You hear all of the earthquakes, but they do not apply it to the prophecy of that day. Why? Because they think time is what they control, and that their time in which they feel they hold in the palm of their hand, which is their mental state of mind, that it rules based on what they're willing to accept that's actually taking place in this day and time, because I still have time. And that's a sad place to be, because you know what else? They have no idea that the day in was given to the Father. Not given, is of the Father. And the day out is of the Father. Tell me, what time do you have in there? What time do you have to give your day to come in, to be born? And tell me, what time do you have in control to give you the day you leave out of here? That shows you ain't got nothing. But in their mind, y'all, in people's minds and heart, they have the power. Let me give you another one. People thinking that they can also bring things in a better state of living. They really do. If I'm going to college next year, or I'm going to buy me a house next year, everything is on their time. They're not looking at that day that overrides time. That's powerful, y'all. Let me see if I can find this here. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. But see, it's no matter what you can show people. It's no matter what you can teach people. We're not in that time where people are hearing, because they have chosen time to be on their side. And what you talking about, what you teaching, what you reading, what light you shining, don't mean nothing to them. That's how powerful what I'm saying is. People are hung up on that time. So when I get to Revelation, let me show you something. In Revelation chapter 10, and verse 6, and swore by him that liveth forever and ever, who created heavens and the things that therein are. Okay, watch this. And the earth and the things that therein are, and the sea and the things which are therein, that there should be time no longer. You see what I'm saying? He's actually breaking it down, everything y'all created. But he sits and he lets, and this is the trumpet getting ready to be blown, okay? One of the angels. And he says here that there shall be time no longer. When I hear that from an angel, I look at the standpoint of Yah, not you, not this world, not me. But at the standpoint of who said time, there should be time no longer. That's it. And what time is that coming up on? When the seventh angel, a voice of the seventh angel in verse 7. But in that day, in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of Yah should be finished. See, that means all the mystery of Yah should be finished, as he has declared to the servants, the prophets. But what 6 is telling you, there is a time period, and we in Revelation, y'all. This is Revelation 10. There should be time no longer. That's what I'm saying to you all. We need to get out of that man-made time in our minds and in our hearts and really step into that day in which we are actually in. But because we think we hold everything in our control and in our power, not understanding, how could you bring in the time you were born and the time that you die? That right there shows you don't hold a rat's behind. So I don't understand why people in this day, in such a time as this, not a time, but a day as this, they was talking about in that day, way back in Genesis, all the way up into this Revelation, and the whole world ignored in that day. Because guess what? In that day carries all the prophecies. And we standing back with time saying, oh, we ain't in perilous time. Right today, you can go, each one of you all can go to say 1,000 people. And each one you will speak to, the majority of them going to say, oh, we ain't in that day. We're not in that time. I don't think we're in that day. We in this time and this time and this time. I don't think we're in that thing. You know why? Because they figured, okay, if I don't see or feel tribulation, I don't see perilous time, I don't see nation against nation, I don't see kingdom against kingdom. Oh, I don't see the famine in the pestilence and the earthquakes in diverse places. I don't see the lawlessness and the judgment of Yah and the wrath of Yah and the fire of Yah. They don't see none of that, because that was mentioned for in that day. You go on and teaching them, or you go to speak to 1,000, you're going to see it going to hurt your little heart how they are not going to believe that we're in that day. Just like the days of Noah. Did they not believe it? So I ain't saying anything different. I'm just showing you how, like unto then, so is it here today. Because people think everything runs under their power, in their hand. Even time. People will go out and say, I'm going to get me a job come the 1st of January. I'm going to plant me a garden next spring. I'm going to go to college the winter semester in January. I'm going to do this and this time. Setting all things on time. Have no respect for that day. That day is the day that which Yah has given us all 4 prophecies. And when we disrespect that day, it's because we think time is in our hands. That means your time cannot be interfered with, no matter what the prophecies said, because you think the prophecies have to answer to your time. Oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. I got plenty of time to get my house in order. Or I minister to my best friend next year. Or I minister to my children maybe the next year, the first of the year. Everything people are putting in their own time. And they putting away everything. They doing everything for friends. They doing every activities and events for their community, for their friends, for their co-worker. They're meeting together, doing all these different activities. But guess what? Now one will come to the people and give them that day. Praise the mighty Yah. They won't give them that day, because what happens in that day? Tribulation, perilous time, spirit and truth and the light. People won't even tell their wife about that day. Wives won't tell their husband about that day because everything, well, people won't even explain to their children about that day because they want to only make you think. And my oldest daughter is like that. She won't tell her daughter nothing about that day. I'm telling you, it's big, y'all. No one wants to tell anybody because they want everybody to think everything is on a time period and it's waiting for you to understand it, for you to get it, for you to comprehend it, for you to hold firm to it. Everybody think it's in their hand. Time is in their hand. But I, as a prophetess in the wilderness, telling you, many of you are going to lose your life real soon. Real soon. Sooner than later. Because people are wrapped up in this time that gives them the opportunity to do what they want to do, how they want to do, and when they want to do something. Yah is not with that. That's who gave me this message. That's who gave me this message, because this is not my time. And this time that people are using, guess what? It's loaded with flesh. Because everybody lining everything under that time period in the flesh because they think it's in the palm of their hands. I'm going to save for a house starting January when I get my taxes. Everybody is setting things in a time period. What Yah has is understand the prophecies is in that day. And anything after you fully understand his prophecies is before you. You cannot put the prophecy behind your time period. You cannot set your time up and then say, okay, I put all the prophecies behind that time period so I can get what I need, done. That's how they serve Yah. But Yah don't serve them because they put him under that same guideline. You only come out when I call you. You only I only need you when I need you. That's the mind frame people have. And it's okay because it just shows you ain't nothing but the serpent seed, no way. Because you don't rule my Father. You don't call no shots. Okay? So people's state of mind and the way they living, they setting up time period. Oh, I'm going to do this. But have no idea that they have not behold. And behold is a form of seeing, looking. And if you can't see it in the fullness of what it is in the spirit, you're lost. And you're going to remain lost because it has to be seen in the spirit that day. Why is it important, Deborah, that we see this? And in the process of seeing it, you begin to feel this. That's why people can't feel the prophecies. That's why they can't see what's going on in the world. They don't understand what's going on over in all these countries and how they trapping them. They don't even understand what's going on in the country they in. They don't understand what's going on in the state that they in. They don't give a rest behind what's going on in the city that they in. All because there are people who think that everything is upheld by their time. And these are the ones that's going to be left behind. Because they're going to be left behind to think that they serve their time. Okay. Now, another thing, people think time is going to allow them a chance to hope for better. People think time is going to allow them to change and have hope for better. We're in that day. Hope for the prophecies that has been prophesied. And anything after that, you hold on to your time. But you have to be able to understand. And I might be just this is only to the body of Hamashiach. Let me say this. because the body should have that oneness in understanding this. You should understand the prophecies first and foremost, then how you have built up your living based on your time. Because what you're going to get caught off guard with is y'all don't give a rat's behind about your timing. He don't rumble like that. The prophecies was, is, and shall always be according to the way heaven has already completed it. So you in your time, you by right. You in your flesh. Live by your flesh and die by your flesh. At least you'll be doing your time. But I can guarantee you one thing in your flesh you cannot do. You can't call out the day, the time, the hour, and the minute when you serve your last breath of life. That's true time in there. Pull up on that time. See if you get it. Okay. So another thing he was saying is that they think that time is going to allow people, and that's the truth. That is so true. Because I remember being in the church and how people were saying, when I'm not going to go up to the altar to be saved, I'm going to wait until this day, this day, this day, this day, this. They have always did that in the church. People never wanted anything that had to do with Yah, because they had it on a time period when I'm ready, when I want to feel it, when I want to do it. That's the mindset. And those type of people are already serpent seeds, because today is not promised to you. Nor today is not promised, because today is not over, nor is tomorrow. So what time do you have in that? Where's that time you think you got? You see where I'm going? So when he was saying to me the change in the hope for better, they thinking the change in the hope for better on this earth, where they're at after all the prophecy say, I'm time to throw down. Prophecy said tribulation. Prophecy says perilous time, Deborah, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famine, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, lawlessness, judgment, and wrath and fire. And they walking around saying it's about to get better. I'm going to hold on to that hope for the change of getting better. How many people you think that they're looking for the next election for Donald Trump to win? Do y'all know that? You see the sickness? He ain't shown you nothing but to bring this tower down. You know what the good part about it to me? What's a good thing for me is when y'all allow you to see these other people, especially the Europeans, when they're coming to the conclusion, Donald Trump trying to destroy United Snakes of America. They don't say snakes. I say that. When they're making videos that Donald Trump trying to destroy America from the inside. He's not making it great. He's trying to destroy it. It just does something to me to hear them say that. And I've heard several Europeans on their podcast and on their page say that. And that just does something to me, because to me, you sitting here seeing him do it, but don't recognize, bro, you in that day. Somebody had called that shot out way before Donald Trump even was born. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. So, yeah, how much time do you have to control? But see, the world think they control time. And let me shut you down right quick. Satan even know time. He got a little time. He even know. So why is the people on this earth walking around here thinking they hold time? And what do you mean, Deborah? We don't know if tomorrow's promised to us. Get it right today. Because if we're just waiting for all of this tribulation and perilous time, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famine, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, lawlessness, judgment, wrath, and fire. You waiting for all that before you realize that we are in that day? Oh, yeah. Millions of people. Because they can't see that. It ain't that they can't see it. They're not going to accept it. Because they think they hold the power of time. Oh, we don't see that. And I was sitting here saying, but Father, how is it you showing this stuff to me? I'm watching this in the wilderness. I'm seeing all these things take place and nobody else acting like it's, he said, it's a full denial. It's a delusion. You see? because people feel good about controlling time. They think it's them doing it. Or when we already got the time of 2028, Donald Trump is going to be, did they say 2028? I think they did say that. He's going to be president again. See that? They took time, backed it all the way back for this fool to be ruling over them even after he's turned them up already. You see? They can't even see any of that. Why? Because they think the world is ruled by them and time is in their hand to control it all. They don't understand you cannot rule it like that, and it can't be ruled. Not like that. Never will it be. So it also talks about people are thinking that time is going to allow them to change and have a better hope. Time is going to wait for them to find a job, to go to college, just waiting for them to control time itself. You see where I'm going? This is where the mindsets are at. They think the time is what they control and how they control all things and how all things is controlled by time itself as they control it. They don't see that day of all the things he's telling them in the prophecies that's going to happen. We are in the middle of it, and they sitting here still can't see none of it. It's because they think they got enough time, and time is on their side, and it's going to change things. And then you get into Revelation chapter 10 and verse 6, and it says, no more time. So what time are the people on? Their own time. Exactly what I'm saying. Time sometimes that waits on their move, their stop, and their go. They take time on, hey, when I'm ready for it to start, stop, move, and go. That's how they take time. They think that, hey, I got time for this, and can't nobody tell me I got this. I can understand this when I want it, and I can do. You sure do, and you sure can. Because what I realize, that it won't be those that's in the body of Hamashiach that's playing with time as if they hold time in the palm of their hands. It will be the world and the serpent seed. And those that are in the body who have that mindset. You see, Yah by now should flip it over so you can fully understand that you don't rule nothing based on your timing. Check with what I said shall come to pass. Respect that. Salute that. And take your time and kick it to the curb. That's why so many people saying, oh, Yeshua is coming this time or this year, this month. This is why. Because they think that the world is going to end next year. I don't know if y'all heard it. They said it again. They say at the end of this year, the world is going to end. Why? Because y'all still don't get what I'm saying. People hold time to be their full control. In everything people do, they put everything in full control in their power of time. And that's the only way they understand it. So I'm like saying to the Father, so is that why they can't see the prophecies? That's why. That's why they won't salute it. That's why they don't want to teach it. They don't want to preach it. They don't want to minister it. Because they want people to have the control over when, how, and the day, the time, and the hour when it's over in Yah. We're in that day. No man knows the hour, the minute, the second. But why must we think we can take it and know it where things must work for us based on our timing? Let's say, for instance, me. If I sit and I say, okay, in December, I'm going to let me see, get me some land and I'm going to go out in the land and I'm going to do this, and do this. Wait a minute. Can I have that mind frame? Yes. After I have respect for that day, because that day will line me up in how I'm trying to set up things in order or in time, because now I know that y'all's prophecies is at hand. It's at hand. That's what people ain't getting. It's already before us. It's already before us. But we throw that away and we think can't nothing take place until we put our hands forth on our time period, because we holding the power of time. So I say unto you, many people are going to lose their lives. Many people are going to be reacting totally different, because what is happening is everything has been fully ignored. So I told you, it has to be a time where y'all turn up the fire. You got to. Because from the standpoint of the wilderness and what I'm seeing down on this earth, let me tell you, it's a full denial of perilous time, tribulation, lawlessness on the land. I told you all also about how the principality in high places has hit the earth, the land. No one sees anything. And this is why so much wicked and evil is going on the earth. So what is happening, Deborah? No one sees it. No one believes that it's actually taking place. No one even own it to the point where they can teach it to their community. They can teach it on their workplace. They can teach it in their families, in their household, to their parents, to their friends. No one is teaching and preaching it. But what they are doing, they making people thinking everything has to run on our time, on our clock. Those things ain't happening. That's the mindset of the people. And I am so grateful that heavens had orchestrated a body of Hamashiach. And even the body of Hamashiach hadn't gotten lost in the world. And I thank him for Yeshua Hamashiach, the blood sacrifice for all mankind in the flesh, and the blood sacrifice for the spirit that redeemed us back to our assigned place. I'm grateful to Yah for that. I'm grateful. Even though we're here down on the earth, he has already done the work. But in my mind, I also be saying, but Father, where are the people? And they just standing on the walls. Many people are standing up against the walls, claiming that they represent Yah. Why they standing up against the wall? It's a good place for them, believe it or not. They standing on their time because they think they rule time. It was something that I read in here in 2 Peter. 2 Peter chapter 3. This is, I don't know how well this fit, but I really want to go over it because that's my other. 2 Peter chapter 3 in verse 3 through 4. In 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3 through 4. Knowing this, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust. Verse 4. And saying, where is the promise of his coming? You see, why are they going to be doing that? It's because they're saying ain't nothing been prophesied to the point where we should be waiting for his coming. Where is he? Where is he? What did he say in first? And saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. That's a sad thing to think, y'all. But you know what? This individual who's walking in this way in the end days, it says scoffers, walking after their own lust. Why are they doing that? It's because they're trying to show somebody like Sister Deborah, where's the promise? Everything is still the same. Ain't nothing changed. I told y'all, people don't believe that the prophecies are even effective. They don't even believe that it's present to this very day, because people thinking the only way the prophecies can come to pass if we see it, if we hear it, and if we know what time it is. Otherwise, they don't even teach it, preach it, minister it, or speak it to friends, to co-workers, to mom, to dad, to cousin, to aunt, to uncles. They don't say nothing. All the things that he prophesied that was before us, and it is, I'm a living witness from the wilderness. It's already on the earth. These are the things we should be warning people about. But nope. We don't want them to even know that stuff is happening. We on our time. A lot of it has to do with nobody's going to listen to you no way. That's the main thing. 99.9 don't have nobody to listen to them no way. This is the reason why. Because people can't trust your words, because you're living different than what you want them to believe, and they can see straight through you. That's a lot of people who say they are in the body, who said that they are of the Most High Yah. They are the light. They can't seem to really be that to anyone. You see? So here it's actually telling you in the end, because look at verse 2 Peter chapter 3. Look at verse 3, where it says, knowing this, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust. And what are they going to be doing? Saying, where is the promise? Meaning, where is the prophecies? The prophecy says this. That's exactly what I'm saying. But it says, where's the promise of his coming? Why do the promise have to be on your time? Why is it that in the end days that these individuals is going to come up and say stuff like that, as if, okay, on my watch, where's the promise at then? Where's the promise at? See that? That's showing you, because they think that everything is on their time period. Listen to what it's saying. In the end days, the last days, scoffers walking after their own lust and saying, where is the promise of the coming? What do it have to do with you? You wicked and evil. But why are you walking around saying? Because they got not just some people, they got millions falling behind them, asking that same question. Where is the promise? As if the promise had to be revealed before them. The promise has to answer to them. For since the Father fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Many people say that today. They saying wars and rumors of wars and earthquake. We've been going through all that since the beginning of time. That's the minds of the people, I'm telling you, because they are in this thing thinking that time is in their power. And if things going to come up, like he said in the end days, how those going to come up and be saying that, because they think that if something has to come, if the prophecies have to be before us, where is it at then? Where is it at? That's how we take y'all. That's how we take y'all. And I am going to end here, and I thank the Most High Yah for giving me that, because it helps me to see exactly what he means when he says decrease. It's time to decrease any and everything that you are surrounding yourself in, among. It's time to decrease yourselves, because when I'm looking at this time, and while people on this side looking at time, because they think with the time I can say did this, or this can happen, this year. But in that day, it overrides that the times. That day letting you know we at the end, baby. What are you talking about? And that's the problem I see. People can't see that we are at a end of something. We are there to where we know that perilous times and tribulation is before us. But in my mind, I'm saying, why can't they see it? They can't see it. Why is it they? Because y'all haven't given them the eyes to see. He have given them a reprobated mind and a strong delusion, just so they can continue to believe the lie that is within them. So this is another reason why they still are wondering, okay, it's on our time. When we ready to see it, then that's when things are going to happen. Baby, I'm a prophetess in the wilderness, and let me tell you, it's already taking place. And if another thing, people say, well, I don't watch the news, I don't get on YouTube, I don't get on Facebook, I don't give a rest behind what you get on and what you don't. It ain't gonna stop the prophecies of the Most High Yah. How about that? Because that's the first thing people do. Why? Because they on their time. It's on my time. So I got a reason to justify why these things ain't happening, because I don't watch the news. I don't go on YouTube. I don't go on Facebook. But it don't mean that it ain't stopping the prophecies. But in you, because you figure you control time, you're not watching anything or paying attention to your environment and what is actually happening in your community, in your neighborhood, in your city, in your state, in your country, in the surrounding country. Ain't nobody. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah. What? Everybody doing stuff and people knowing that they're doing it, but hey, in full denial. Anything is going on here in this country. That's deep. And that's the reality of individuals, which is millions and millions, really believe that they hold the power to the time in which everything that was prophesied should come forth, to be taught, to preach, to be ministered, to be spoken to others. They don't feel it's time. And we ain't in that time. We don't see all this stuff going on. That stuff ain't happening. They've been saying wars and rumors of wars, and we have pestilence, famine. We always had that. See, that's how they take it, because they're waiting for it to only take up its approach in what they call time. You see, and that's the way they receive it, and that's how it shall be. But I say unto the body of Hamashiach, don't let their time influence the prophecy that says in that day. That's the real deal there. Their time don't mean a rat's behind. They're going to all be caught off guard, just like the days of Noah. They wasn't caught off guard, but they wasn't ready either, because not one of them enter in. Same thing with Lot. Not one enter out outside of Abraham's a cousin and his three daughters, and a wife. She didn't leave out, get too far either. See, that's one thing about it. Y'all knows the heart of each and every last one of us. And like I said, you didn't hear nobody tell you who are those people in Sodom and Gomorrah. That Abraham need to be warned. You ain't gonna ever hear nobody preach that, especially the Hebrew Israelites. They ain't gonna preach that. See, that's what I said. It's a lot of things that, going back to the time that people have sealed everything under the time of their understanding and what they're willing to believe in this time. And they are not going to go beyond their own time period, you see, of what they're willing to accept. And the prophecy, you got to kick rocks. This is how they're doing it. We'll get to you when we cross that bridge or when we see these things. And they have no idea. I would never want to see the prophecies when it's at its highest. I wouldn't even want that. Another thing I noticed, and I hope I'm speaking to the body of Hamashiach, or those who come in onto the page. And I want to say this. I'm seeing how Donald Trump and the world is supporting um, uh, Gaza, and how they're going to rebuild. And they even got there already the design for rebuilding Gaza. Gaza. I think that's it. That was the plan from the beginning, Donald Trump. I can't seem to grip the fact that all of this country funds and what this country have had, they took everything out of this country and handed to every other country, and the people in this country, none of them can't see it. How could you let them close the government, but out there giving all money still? Isn't that a part of the government? The finances, the funds of this country. But it's okay, they give that money over there, but let the people over here do it out. And the people in this country says nothing, because they thinking he's hurting a certain people. And they thinking, and those certain people is not just Judah. They know that he's hurting the majority of Europeans, because that's who's the majority, and these other foreigners that been over here living for years and years. Those are the ones to be getting the 1,500 or 2,000 food stamps. See, a lot of y'all didn't know that, because I had an issue with seeing all these Indians at a certain time. They give them the lump sum of food stamps for their whole family. They, all of them, get food stamps. They giving all these people this stuff. Okay. So the man did the percentage and found out the majority of the people are all the foreigners that came over here, not the immigrants, y'all. They are immigrants, but they have came over to this country and have been getting food stamps for 20, 30 years. They've been getting it free, but they don't get, based on how many, they get lump sums of food stamps. So it's a lot of people that's affected by this, as well as the ones that is the majority. See, a lot of people don't know that the majority is the Europeans. They are more so affected than anybody. But the denial and the lie is showing you how wicked the country heart is, and how the level of hate it is, where they can't see Donald Trump is destroying you from the inside. Now they talking about now this is something that might have to take the lives. But if they didn't care about 9/11 and all those people who lost their lives, they didn't care about COVID and all those people they set up to lose their life, what the rest behind you think they could concern about him now finna test nuclear bombs? Somebody gonna lose their lives. You see, all they have to say is we did a test and those people died. Our fault. Because when they begin to test these nuclear bombs or whatever they have, it's not being tested to be tested. It's being tested to eliminate the population. That's another thing I noticed, that the dark shadow in this country, that Yah has allowed people to have a reprobated mind and a full delusion mindset, because they cannot see that the main thing is to bring this country down, number one. And at every expense, we must do it. It is not about the lives, y'all. It's about the power to destroy the country from within. That's their whole goal. Now, them finna do what they're about to do over in Gaza, Israel and Jerusalem over there. They trying to build Gaza. And Trump is giving all these billions of dollars and so on for them to do it. That was the plan from the beginning. Because guess what they're trying to do, y'all? Right where they're trying to build, where Gaza is, and then you can see it's not just that small piece. They're trying to get all of that land taken care of, but it's on the edge. And I'm like, why would they go there, Father, on the edge? Because they're thinking, they're really believing They're going to be able to build there and escape. But see, another thing about it, they're going to build there for what reason? What is that they're going to build right there and in there? They know that when Yah come, they know this already. They know more about Yah than you would ever know. And if he's going to bring his people back to the promised land, the first thing you would think that they would leave and never return. They finna build something. And I believe whatever they're going to build there, they're going to portray that it's going to be a place where they're going to reside. But it got to be a place where they think they're going to destroy something. Got to be. Got to be. They know the prophecies. And let me show y'all what my topic was about. You think you hold time. They know what time it is. They know what time. And they know what Yah is doing with his time because he prophesied it. They took advantage of the prophecies and they working it in to make sure they think that they could override or prepare for it, to where here we as a people won't even look at the prophecies which says in that day. Instead, we looking at our time. That we got to do this. We ain't gonna even get our house in order because we think we got time. We ain't gonna focus on the Most High Yah in our spirit because we think we got time. We think time is in our hands. But do you think they think time? No. Look how they even got the blueprint. I know you all ain't seen it. They got the blueprint of what they're going to be right in that little area, but it's a long, and I'm like, what are they going to build there? It can't be a place where they reside and stay. Why? Guess why? They know that United States is the synagogue of Satan. They know that it has been prophesied to be destroyed. They know that it says that he's coming to get Israel and Judah and take them back to the land. They know it. So whatever they're building, it will have to be something that they feel that will destroy the land. So they, Deborah, you're going to get yourself in trouble. See, people look at it and they look at Gaza, and they look at the Palestinians and they look at Israeli, them fighting and killing each other. And Israeli is killing so many of Palestinians people, women, children, or whatever. They've done it already. What is triggering? This is what I'm saying. What is triggering these minds? Both of them. What is causing Israeli to be warring with these people, with the whole country on their side and killing them just to get that small, tiny dot? Y'all don't get it, do you? Because they're going to try to build there. And whatever it is, they're thinking that they're going to build something right on the edge of that water. Whatever it is, the only thing I can think is they're going to try to build something that they think. Now, watch this, y'all. Watch this. They thinking they're going to build something. Because if y'all come that way to rebuild, they want something already there on the edge where they think that he wouldn't pay any attention to. So I got to go back to Gaza. Look on that edge and see if the mountain is there. And in my mind is, who will go to that little pinpoint area and rebuild from that area on down, except they understand the prophecy from the scrolls. And they're building something because they know he's going to take hands over there, and they think they're going ahead to destroy, put something there to destroy those that Yah is taking over. Woo! It wouldn't make sense, y'all. that's going to cost $20 billion. It wouldn't make sense for them to want that little bitty tiny area when they know that he's destroying America. And America knows that because the synagogue of Satan is here. They know he's going to destroy this. So what are you doing going over on that end to try to build what? And then when I saw the blueprint, I'm saying that's a long line right around the edge of the water. What are they doing? What are they building? Who gonna live there? It's just messing up my mind. I'm like, what is that? Only thing that I could think is they think they're gonna be able to build something to destroy whomever end up with the land. And they think that Yah is going to bring us. They know Yah going to bring Israel and Judah back. They know it. And what the scrolls have told them. See, they got it. They know what it's saying. But what you all don't know, why would they build that over on that land? So what my thing is to go back to that land and find out, is that the mountain that they're trying to build something there, either to destroy it or thinking who, when Yah bring us, that they're going to destroy it. But that can't be done. That can't be done because he's going to restore the area like the Garden of Eden. Like he don't know what they doing. He don't see what they doing. You see, over in Palestine, I think they done killed probably 8 million or more people. Don't you think y'all see that? Y'all don't think that y'all see that? 9/11, COVID. Don't y'all know y'all seen all that? Did he stop it? Yeah. But people don't get it. That's why I say ain't nothing on your time, baby. You ain't got no timeline. So that's my next thing. I'm matter of fact, I'm gonna do that tomorrow, the Sabbath. I'm going to take out my time in the morning and I'm going to break that and try to understand what is that in that area. I'm going to get my globe. I'm going to get everything to see what is that right there at Gaza, that little bitty small area, which they killing all these people all around that area just to get that land. And what is it that the United States is trying to build over there with them? What is it? It's got to be something that they think. Do y'all think that do you think that they don't know that they got to get out of there? They already know that y'all coming. That's why they getting out of there. But they building something in Gaza. For what reason? Not to go there, not to live there, because they holding the scrolls. Now I'm going to go in there and see what is it and how much land is it that they're, because it don't sound right, y'all. They got the whole world that they did some billions and billions of dollars to run underground. They got it all underground. What is this here? Right there next to that water. What is that they building? And what will be not what they building, why are they building right there? When they know the prophecies. Unless they thinking they got the upper hand to destroy it once we get over there. That's what I think they might think they're going to do. At least they think they're going to have the power to do. Because it don't make sense. It don't make sense for them to be building anything. Not right there. And then you go back and you wonder, when, okay, Father, is there anything that you prophesied that they would build in that area? Did you ever? Only one supposed to be building is Yah. Now, this is where what comes into play. If that is not the promised land. That's why they're building there. You see what I'm saying? See, because we didn't listen to so many of our people that have been lying to not just us, but to the Father. They don't have no truth in them, and they are liars. So therefore, when I look at Jerusalem and Israel and Jordan and all of those lands over there, I'm looking at the promised land that he's going to, not the promised land, which he said he's going to restore. But I'm looking at the mountain that he speaks of. And I'm saying, okay, now where is this? That's another thing. If I find out through the Ruach, reveal to me that where the promised land is at, I'm going to tell you, he's going to also reveal to me what they're doing. You know why? Because it's nothing I could say that will get one to see it, understand it, grip it, have spirit and truth in the light. That's the beauty of my walk with the Father. It ain't important that one grip and get it and have it. Only those that he have assigned already. You see? And it ain't something that we just sign ourselves up to or on to. It's what he has already signed. Because I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. I think that would be a pretty good one. I think I like that. I like that. And I will use YouTube, because several people are talking about what they're about to build. And in my mind, I'm like saying, well, okay, if they're about to build that, they have to be call themselves building something to destroy the promised land and the people, because they shouldn't be off. They should be trying to run from that land, because the four corners, y'all, they own. Why are you bothering up in there? Why are you trying to build something over in this area where he's going to build the promised land? So therefore, that leads me to understand, is the promised land going to be there? And if it is, what are y'all trying to call yourself building here? What are you all on here doing anything in this day, y'all? They ain't got no business doing that. I'm talking about this day. That's why I know it ain't in their time period. You ain't got no business building nothing. The Palestinians, why they all them died? Because they lying, saying the land belonged to them, and it doesn't. See, if they told the truth, then y'all would have delivered them. But they lied, and they still died. See, that's what people don't understand. Y'all don't care about you thinking that you're going to role play on him and tell people that you own this land and this land is yours. That's why every last one of your families, and they still killing y'all by great numbers. Because the land does not belong to you. Never did. You see, everybody want to live that lie. So they still trying to fight for something that they do not own. They're still doing it. And they're losing people by millions, and they don't care. Because they're trying to claim a land that does not belong to them. Nor do it belong to Israel. But what I'm trying to grip is neither nor got it right. But it's going to take Yah to bring Israelis down. Because he has to bring not only them, but everybody on the four corners that have supported them. He's going to have to bring them down. He's going to have to. Because they're going to continue and continue. They standing now, some of them are saying, okay, we are not the real ones. But you still sending and giving them money. See, it's about Satan. Those who serve the dark side. They're going to stick together no matter what. So I, Sister Deborah, hope you got something out of it, this message. But don't keep on lining up the Most High Yah on your time. Either you for him or you against him. And I guarantee you, being for him is not your time. It's his day. And I, Sister Deborah, say I will be back. Shalom and shalom.